On Football Manager 2021, tactics is probably one of the most time-consuming things you end up doing, spending hours perfecting your tactics. So, in today's video, I've decided to set myself a little challenge. In this challenge, I'm going to be taking over 3 random teams, creating a functioning tactic for each team under a very small timed window. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be 1 minute per team. Before we get into the video, if you do enjoy this video or any of the previous content on this channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be alerted when these sort of videos are released. Now, let's get into it. To make it that little bit more interesting, we're not going to go with just the top 5 leagues. We're also going to add a few extra ones. So the leagues we are going to be loading in is going to be Turkey, Spain, Serbia, Portugal, Italy, the Netherlands, France, Belgium, and England. And we're also going to load all of the lower leagues in their respective countries as well. Okay, starting off with our first team, we're going to give it 3 chances to give us a reasonable team that we can actually do something with. Right, so 1, 2, final 1 moment of truth. Cercle Bruges in Belgium, who are predicted to finish in 16th place. I mean, you can't really get a first team that's any more difficult, I feel like. But that's who we've got. Let's see what we can do with them. Considering how difficult this challenge is, I feel like it's only fair that I have a very small window to actually look at the team report. Now, if we have a look at the strengths and weaknesses, I'm immediately seeing there is a lot more weaknesses than there are strengths. If we have a look at what we're actually good at, however, we're good at tackling, we're very quick, and we're okay at marking. I'm immediately thinking a counter-attack system. And based off the fact that we are predicted to finish 16th, that highlights more that we're going to be on the back foot in a lot of the games. We are going to have to rely on hitting teams on the break. If we have a look at our weaknesses, there's a lot. Finishing, dribbling, crossing, heading, penalties, decisions, for everything to do with a footballer, apart from quickness, tackling, marking, we are really bad at. But the question is, am I going to have enough time to create a decent counter-attack system under a minute? We're about to find out. Right, we are very close to starting. I have got a stop clock on my phone, and there will also be a timer on the screen so that you know how far I am away from panicking and at what stage I basically start panicking. So I know nothing about this team other than what me and you have seen through the team report. Right, 3, 2, 1. Right, so the first thing we need to do is check who our best players are. So the best players are goalkeeper, midfield, right. So I'm immediately thinking this, that, it's a back 4. It's got to be a back 4. And then we do this and we go for that. Right. So we're going to have Dino Hotic up top. We're going to have Ike Ugbo on the right-hand side. We're going to have Vitinho. And then as a midfield, we are going to have Canute, Van Bruggen. And as deep line playmaker, we're going to have Dile Lopez. How good are they? Right. We've got 30 seconds left. He's good tackler. Right. It's a back line. Oh, God, this is... Oh, God, right. Centre-back. That. Right, so we're going to want to pass into space. Going to go a little bit higher. And we're going to push our line up. I've only got a few seconds left. No, right. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Counter press. Counter. Just really quickly. Right. Oh, that was a lot more difficult than I thought it'd be. Oh, God. Oh, my God. My nerves from that. Holy smokes. Right. So, it's not great, if I'm honest. There is distinct lack of attacking players. So, I don't really know how this is going to go, if I'm honest. Of course, I will be able to do substitutes. I'll do that through my assistant. But how is this going to get on for half a season? We're not going to do a full season with it. We're only going to do half a season. I'm not going to do the half a season. I'm going to holiday through, but we're going to stick with the same tactic and the same personnel and see how it gets on. So I'll see you in just a second.
5 hours later.
The board wanted us to achieve a mid-table finish, and the pundits were not putting too much hope on me or my squad. But halfway through the season, are we on our way to achieving them objectives? No, we're not. It's not gone brilliantly. Is it bad to say I'm not exactly surprised? Because I'm not really. But not only are we performing badly in the league, but the board are also very unhappy with me, which not surprised about either. Currently got the job security of insecure, and the board are absolutely fuming. They want me out the door, everyone. They want me out the door as quick as possible. Oh, there's a lot of red there. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting considering we are 17th, but there is a lot of red there. I mean, there's a few wins. We won our first game of the season. Ugbo getting himself a goal, and then we won another one against Antwerp. So 2 wins in the first month. It's looking good. But then we've only won 2 in the league in the past 4 months. So it went downhill after the first month. I think that's pretty safe to say. I wouldn't exactly say we're dominating games either. Stats-wise, in this game against Moosron, we only were able to get 3 shots on target compared to their 6. They had 19 shots. So we're not exactly creating chances with this tactic either. I mean, maybe that's a bad example. Let's pick another game. Let's pick this team that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, and I don't know who they are. 4 shots, right. So this tactic definitely doesn't create many chances, and ultimately that has resulted in us losing a lot of games. But who's our top goal scorer? It's Ike Ugbo with 7 goals, and not one single player has got above a 6.9 rating throughout the entire season. I mean, our defender David Bates, 6.53, right back, getting a 6.59. I feel like defensively is our biggest problem, and maybe I messed up with the midfield potentially. I mean, we haven't got enough players on the attacking duty, so I didn't have enough time to do that, and that is maybe resulting in Ugbo being very isolated. We got 2 wingers, which maybe left us very isolated in the midfield as well. I mean, if you look at the roles we've got, deep line playmaker, box-to-box, centre mid, probably change that centre mid to an attack, change one of these to an inside forward to get a little bit of presence in the middle of the pitch. I mean, overall, I'd probably say this was a failure. It was definitely a failure. 1 minute to create a tactic at Cercle Bruges, a club that I've never managed at. It's not gone well. It's definitely a failure. So the first team, it's an X. It's an X. Before we go to our second club, in the comment section below, I want you to rate my performance out of 10 after each team that we manage. So we've just been in charge of Cercle Bruges in Belgium. First experience doing this. I'm going to rate it a 3 out of 10. Very poor performance. I feel like I panicked a little bit. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit better with our second team, which we are going to pick now. So once again, 3 clicks of the pick a team for me option. I would like an easier team. So 1, 2, 3. Zaragoza in Spain. Okay, predicted 8. That's actually a really good team. They are in the process of board takeover. That doesn't really have any impact on me because we're not going to be buying any players. But I'm really happy with that. Oh no, they're in the second division. Okay. They were in the La Liga at some point, weren't they? They were 100% in La Liga. Pinnacle of footballing knowledge. At your service. Now, I have restarted the save just to make it as fair as possible, just so we don't end up with players coming from the January transfer window, for example. But before we go over to creating the tactic and the team report, I am curious to see what the season preview is actually saying for where our team will finish. Of course, with the media prediction, before we took charge, they said they wanted us to finish 8th. So battling for them playoff positions. Now, it'll be interesting to see where the season preview is placing us. And they are placing us in 6th place. Right, that has put more pressure on my shoulders. As if 8th place wasn't enough pressure. They're now predicting us to finish 6th. Right, what are the boards saying then? What are the boards saying? They want us to reach the promotion playoffs. Wow, there is a lot of expectations for this club for this season. I need to get this right. This could potentially be my first sacking in this episode. If we don't get it right, we could be out of a job by October or November. So we've got to get it bang on immediately. A quick gander at the team report, and what is immediately obvious is that we are a much better team than the team in Belgium. A lot more positives than there are weaknesses. A lot of positives, actually. Much better off the ball. We've got fantastic players in each position. We've got youth prospects. Not that that really matters. But if we do have a look at the weaknesses, we are, by the looks of it, a pretty slow team. Bad acceleration, bad pace. Our goalkeeper doesn't really have a great command of area. Overall depth is pretty poor, which could be a little bit of an issue if we get any injuries. And, I mean, I'm seeing immediately our goalkeeper is not great. We're getting a lot of negatives towards our goalkeeper. So maybe we need to have a very strong defence. Maybe going for 4 at the back. I'm not too sure. Right. Don't really know what tactic we're going to be playing. I definitely think we need to go a little bit more attacking. Take it to the opposition a little bit more. I'm not really sure on the tactic as of yet because I don't know what I have at my disposal. But we're about to find out. Right then, same as before. Stopwatch is on. There'll also be a timer on the screen as per usual. Right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right. Best player that we have is a goalkeeper. I'm seeing that we're very midfield heavy and we have some wingers. So, right, 4 at the back immediately. Let's get a 4 at the back. And I'm thinking that we go for a 4-2-3-1. So who's our best striker? Adrian Gonzalez. There's a winger. We're going to have Sergey, who is a winger. We'll go for an inside forward on support. And we'll go for him. We've got an attacking midfielder. We don't. Oh, God, right. Oh, God, right. We haven't got a lot of time immediately. I can't click. Oh, God. Right, midfield. I'm really panicking. Centre back. That guy. And a goalkeeper. Right, let's change some attacking duties. We want box to box. Switch them round. Deep line playmaker. We'll go for you on attack. And got 4 seconds. Right. Oh my, I feel like that went a little bit better. I'm immediately noticing that we have the same issue as we did in Belgium. We have no players behind the striker. We have a distinct amount of players that are going to be in that sort of area. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that we did as well as we could. I think that the 4-1-2-2-1 is probably the best formation that we could have gone with. I mean, if we have a look at our team report, let's see what they were suggesting. Analyst report, is that it? No, assistant report, squad depth. So yeah, it looks like the 4-1-2-2-1 was the best way to go about it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to add much instructions, but I think we can do something with this tactic. I think it'll work out well. We have more attacking duties, a few supports, and thankfully we have a deep line playmaker on defence. So I'd say for a minute, I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, we'll do substitutions. Right, up to December. How will we get on? Comment section. Where do you think this team will finish? A much easier team second time round, but has that resulted in a better league position and better results? Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Yes. Yes, it has. We are currently sat in 4th place, going above the expectations that not only the media had for us, but the board as well. A complete U-turn to what we experienced over in Belgium. And despite my initial concerns that Gonzalez could potentially be isolated with no midfielder right behind him, that was completely unwarranted. If we have a look at the stats on screen, defensively, we've been absolutely fantastic. If we have a look at the goals scored, it's been okay, nothing absolutely spectacular, but our attackers have done what is expected of them. If we have a look at Gonzalez, 10 goals, 6 assists. Sergio Bermejo, 6 goals, 3 assists. Lara Zabal, 9 goals and 5 assists. Plenty of goals spread around the entire team. Everyone's working as a unit, and I feel like the tactic has worked pretty well. I did have a little bit of a worry that we perhaps didn't have as many attacking duties as I would have liked, but it seemed to have worked pretty well. I mean, if we have a look at the average rating, it's only 4 players above a 7.0 rating. Not brilliant, but it doesn't matter about the average ratings. We're currently 4th in the league, ladies and gentlemen. Get your party poppers out. But the most important thing is what the board are thinking and what their overall thoughts on the current situation. And it's no surprise, ladies and gentlemen, they're absolutely loving it. A B rating. Very happy with the promotion playoffs. I'm very happy that we've reached the third round of the Spanish Cup. So it's safe to say that our time here in Zaragoza has gone very, very well. And once again, put in the comment section, rate out of 10. For me, I'm going to rate it 8 out of 10. It's a very, very strong performance from my tactical knowledge in under a minute. The only thing that let us down, I feel like, was our lack of goals and maybe not supreme average ratings that we had in the squad. They weren't really, really impressive. There's a few good ones, but across the board, there was more negatives than there were positives in terms of the average ratings. So I'd say that lets us down a little bit, but overall, very, very good time here in Zaragoza. 8 out of 10. I'm very happy. Now, let's get on to the last team. Can we end the video on a bang? Right then, the final team of the episode. I would really like a so-called big team. I'd quite like to have a team in the Premier League. I think that would be very, very interesting. But of course, it's not up to me. It's up to the game. So, 1. Glad to get Accrington. 2. Cardiff. 3. Regina. Predicted to finish 12th. Can't help but feel a little bit underwhelmed from that. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure Regina's a lovely football club, but as the final team of the episode, Football Manager, you could have picked someone a little bit more, you know, glamorous, a bit more, you know, reputable than Regina, but hey-ho. Right, we're in Italy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the team report and see what we're working with. Can't say I know much about Regina, but we're going to give it a good go. So very brief time once again to have a look at the team report. And if we have a look at the strengths, it's a little bit more balanced in terms of the weaknesses and strengths that we have in this squad than obviously when we were in Belgium. It was a lot of weaknesses, and when we were with Zaragoza, there was a lot more positives. It seems a little bit more 50-50. If we have a look at the positives, there isn't really much. High-level flair and dribblers, which makes me think we could potentially be a little bit more roam from position-esque, you know, a little bit more flary on the ball. Flary. I mean, talk about good English. Jesus Christ. Flary. What is flary? There isn't as many weaknesses as there are strengths, I'm realising, so that is a little bit of a concern. But if we have a look at what is actually the weaknesses of this team, finishing, long shots, tackling, decisions, positioning, work rate, composure. I mean, you can't really ask for a worse sort of choice of things to be bad at. We're very lazy, we can't finish, and we don't know where we are on the football pitch. That is what I'm getting from the weaknesses here. This is probably going to be the hardest one so far, if I'm honest. I don't even know where to start with this. Now, before we go over to the tactics, we, of course, want to have a look at what the board are expecting from us. They want us to finish in the top half of Serie B and reach the third qualifying round of the Italian Cup. Now, having the expectation of top half, I'm actually quite happy about. Of course, the media prediction was to finish 12th, so they expect us to go bottom half. The board want us to get top half. And I actually think we're a newly promoted side. So, as a newly promoted side, sliding yourself in this league is probably the goal, right? So maybe this might be a little bit, I say, easier. I predicted to get sacked. I don't think I'll get sacked because I feel like top half is a very reasonable objective to hit. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it all comes down to how I create this tactic, right? But we are going to go over and do that now. Literally don't know where to start. Literally don't even know where to start with this. With every team so far, I have a general idea based off the strengths of what sort of thing we're going to be doing. Don't have a clue. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Of course, 1 minute is on the clock. It will also be on screen starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right, we need to have a look at the squad. Who's my best player? Right winger, left, strike, 38-year-old strike. I haven't got time to be doing that. Right. This, oh my God. Okay, right. 38-year-old striker, where are you? You are going to be advanced forward. You, I don't like being under panic situations. Bianchi, you. Oh my god. Yes, box to box. You could go there defensively. You could be a deep line playmaker. You could be attack. I think. Oh god, I'm gonna pick up. Oh Oh my god. Oh my god. That is really poor. Right. I'm definitely getting the sack. If I don't get sacked from Regina here, this is going to be a shock. I don't really know what happened. I think it was the fact that I don't really know what happened, actually. Something threw me. I just couldn't figure out what to do. I've got no instructions. I mean, maybe that could be a positive. We're going to be very wide, though, with wingers. We've got no one on... Oh, we've got very attacking fullbacks with wingers. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm actually a moron. Oh, God. We've got a cover centre-back. Oh. Right. This can only go well, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give it till Christmas. Let's see how we get on. How many games we got? Oh, my... Right. Last game's going to be Cremonons. I mean, pronunciations, everyone. Bloody pronunciations. Right. On holiday. Let's see how this goes. Right then. Italy. What have you got for me? Right. We're 10th. I mean, to be fair, it's around about the area we were actually expected to be finishing. So literally bang in mid-table in 10th place on 22 points with a 0 goal difference as well. 6 wins, 4 losses, 4 draws, and 6 losses. What about the games that we have played? So we started the season unbelievably well, actually. Wow, we were unbeaten in the league until the start of November. Then from the start of November all the way to the end of December, we were really, really rubbish. So we actually got beat 7-2 by Monza away from home. And then we did start to win a few games. I mean, the early scores that we had probably put us up there, probably put us in sort of like the top 5. I'm actually curious about this now. Past positions. Yes, wow, we were actually top of the league for 3 match days, and then we turned into Regina, the proper Regina, and then we're bang at mid-table. What I did notice, though, is that we do have a players in the top goal scorer, or level with the top goal scorer, Menez, on 10 goals. So maybe this tactic is producing some quite a lot of goals, is it? I'm curious. So we're 10th place in terms of goals scored, and against we are... Wow, we've actually conceded a lot of goals. I thought 21 goals, 21 goals scored. Wow, we are literally the most balanced team in world football. So what about individual performances? And the only player to get a rating above a 7.0 was our left back, Di Chiara, and the striker, Menez, who has got 10 goals and no assists, hasn't got above a 7 rating, which is a little bit strange, considering he's our top goal scorer. You'd expect him to be our top goal scorer to also have a decent rating, but apparently not. And I've just noticed our left back has got 7 assists. Holy smokes. I mean, one of my biggest worries was the fact that we had 2 fullbacks on attack and 2 wingers might get a little bit isolated on the flanks, but apparently it's been working wonders on either side for the fullbacks. Enrico Del Prato getting 3 assists and Di Chiara getting 7 assists. So our fullbacks creating plenty of chances in terms of midfield and the attacking wise. Other than Menez, it hasn't been that impressive. I mean, 4 goals, 1 assist, and our attacking midfield of 5 goals, 5 assists, no goals. So pretty poor from the rest of our team, other than our fullbacks and our striker. I mean, I feel like if I tweak this, if I sort of didn't panic as much as I did. I'd probably change Christig to push up a little bit. I'd change one of these to an inside forward and probably change Bellamo to an attacking midfielder attack, just to add a little bit more attacking duties and try and take the game to the opposition. But, I mean, we did surpass the expectations, I suppose. What about the season preview? What was the season preview saying? They were saying 12th, and now we've actually gone down to 13th. So despite us actually doing better, the media think we're going to do worse. Did I just see Mario Balotelli? What? How is Mario Balotelli allowed in this league? I mean, to be fair, he's pretty poor, isn't he? He's pretty poor. Considering about 10 years ago he was a wonder kid, he's really let himself go in terms of ability. What about the board? What are the board saying? They're disappointed. I mean, we're literally bang in the middle. Third qualifying round we didn't meet. I'm at a C+, so it's okay. It's meh. It's not really anything special, but not really. We haven't really let ourselves down, I feel like. Now, if I was going to rate this out of 10, I would probably rate this a 5 out of 10. Primarily because of how weirdly balanced our performances, goals scored, goals against on our league position have been. We're banging 10th place and in the middle for everything. 5 out of 10 just feels right. Now, make sure you put in the comment section below what you'd rate this performance out of 10. But if we give ourselves a very quick overview of this entire video, of all the teams that we've managed, in first place, it is, of course, going to be Zaragoza. Really good performance. Definitely, in my opinion, the best out of 3 teams. Definitely exceeded expectations. In second place, it is going to be Regina with a 5 out of 10. Very meh. And then in last place, the first team we managed, it is going to be Cercle Bruges. Now, do let me know if you agree or disagree with them. If you change any of them round, maybe you have a different opinion, that's absolutely fine. But that is going to bring us to the end of the video. If you have enjoyed this sort of video, something very different than what I normally produce, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be alerted when any video on this channel is going to be released. And of course, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.